Hello, so now we are going to do part 2 of the days of the week. So I left off with Wednesday, Wodensdag, and now we're going on with Thursday, Thunersdag. So, Thursday, action, power, lightning force, the electromagnetic force that holds atoms and molecules together. The electrical pulse in our brain that is the power of thought itself. Thought into reality. So, Thunar is not just the god of thunder, Thunar is the god of action. He is the protector, the striker, the one who does not only dream or seek wisdom, but moves reality itself. Thunar is like the lightning current between sky and earth, the living force that turns energy into motion. That's why Thunar feels instant, fast, direct, because Thunar is like thought becoming movement. As fast as the mind sparks, the strike flows. There's the story of Allwise, the dwarf. Now remember, dwarves are creatures of the unconscious and subconscious mind. And he comes to claim Thunar's daughter. And I believe her name means power or strength. So, Thunar does not defeat him with striking him with his hammer and killing him or anything like that, because the gods do not ever attack the dwarves, because the dwarves are beings that manifest our reality. They are in the subconscious and unconscious mind, so the gods do not attack dwarves. Instead, he keeps Allwise talking, question after question, until the sun, or the soul, Suna, Balder, comes, and then the dwarf of the subconscious turns to stone, because the subconscious cannot handle the power of the soul. So even Allwise loses because Thunar is not blind force. Thunar is power guided by intelligence. The moment where will becomes reality. So Thursday is the day the storm moves into action. So on Thunar's Dag, I like to offer him the element of ether or wood. What this means is expansive energy. So a tree, the element of wood, it expands, it grows. The opposite of that is the element of metal that contracts. So I face east, which is where the wood element is and where Thunar is. And I chant Thunar, and I either offer him a seed of a tree, or I offer him in my stone circle I have a small oak tree. That's a living oak tree that I planted for Thunar, and I always face this oak tree facing east in my stone circle, and I always chant his name Thunar, or else only Thu, the seed sound of Thunar, and also the seed sound of the Thurizatz rune. And I chant that 9 times, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And that's what I do for Thunar's Day. You can think of your own ways, get creative how you would like to do it. And it is very important on Thursday to take action. So then that leads us to Friday. In the Saxon tradition, this day was for Frigg. In the Norse tradition, this day was for Freya. So what do we have here? Nurturing, environment, fertility, love, and growth. So after Thunar's day of force and action, life must become fertile, because action means nothing if it is not nurtured. Frigg is the motherly power, not only in the family, but in the world itself. Frigg is the environment, the clouds that bring rain, the snow that lets the earth rest, the sky that decides whether the sun shines or hides. She is shelter, patience, protection, the quiet strength that allows life to continue. Freya is different. Freya is the egg, the potential of becoming. Freya is desire, beauty, attraction, deep magic. And her twin brother Frey is the seed, the masculine fertility force, and she is the feminine. That is why they are masculine and feminine, and also they are married. It's not like incest. It is because you always need masculine and feminine to create. Together they are like pollen and flower. The meeting of energies that creates something new. So what Thunor set in motion, Frigg and Freya and Frey help grow, not only in the world, but in dreams, plans, and inner visions. Friday is where beginnings receive nourishment. So I personally honor all three gods on Friday, and I face north. And when I face north and honor them, I chant all their names 9 times, and I give them always an offering of earth element, whatever you see fit for earth element. I personally like using fruit for an earth element, something that grows from the earth, and at the same time you can eat it after, and then you receive the energy from the gods when you eat it. That is my view on that. You can do your own thing. So now we are going to Saturday, or Lagotsdagats. So the closing day, the last day of the week. So Saturn energy. Saturn himself is not a Germanic god. Saturn himself is Greek Roman god. Different vibration. But we have gods that have aspects, different aspects of Saturn energy. So as a Germanic person, it is better to work with our own gods than Saturn itself. So, closing day of the cycle, Saturday. In the North tradition, it was I can't remember. I'll just go with the Proto-Germanic Lagotsdagats. Well, I don't know what it was in the Norse, but it was basically the Lagots rune. And I don't know the runes in Norse. I only know the Proto-Germanic. But anyway, they kept that name, whereas the Saxons adapted to the Saturn Day. So, spiritually, this is the day of endurance and clearing. The energy people often associate with Saturn: hard work, limits, responsibility, and time. Saturn is where we face what has accumulated, yeah? So this is where Loki belongs. The force of disruption, truth revealed through chaos, the part of life that breaks illusions and exposes what no longer works. This is where Hell belongs, the keeper of endings, the realm of what has passed. Hell reminds us that release is sacred, and that death of the old makes space for the new. And this is where Njord belongs, god of the sea, wind, the great waters. The ocean endures, the ocean cleans. It cleans the oxygen in the world, more so than the trees do. The ocean carries away what is no longer needed. All of this connects deeply with the Lagots rune. Water, flow, purification, intuition. Lagots is not gentle water, it is deep water, cleansing water, the force that dissolves what has hardened. Saturday is not about beginning, it is about ending well. Letting go, clearing space, accepting limits, releasing weight, because only an emptied vessel can be filled again. And when the old week is washed away, the sun can rise on a new one. So, on Saturday, I honor the Laugut's rune and I chant it 9 times. As always, chant everything 9 times. I honor Loki, I honor Hela, and I honor Njord. I face west and chant Njord's name 9 times. I face southwest and chant Hela's name 9 times. I face south and chant Laugut's rune 9 times. And I face northeast and chant Loki's name 9 times. So that is how I personally see and view the days of the week from what I have learned in my childhood and throughout life. Tschüss.